Arise, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. You saw nothing. We're here for our Patreon one-shots today. We are playing Call of Cthulhu. This is a continuation of our previous Call of Cthulhu one-shot from, I want to say, like a year ago. It's been a hot minute. Yeah, so Iquin's back in the GM seat. We are playing previous characters. Snow Dogs is joining us for a brand new character. And if you have not seen the first one, I encourage you, go check it out. I believe it's called the McArthy Estate over on the YouTube. I will link it in the description of this video. But for now, welcome. And if you guys like what we do here and you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is by going to Patreon. Link for that down below. While you're down there, join us over in the Discord, be a part of the community and a part of the conversation. And as always, in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you will see the corruption bar. That bar serves two purposes. One is when that bar fills, Iquin gets to do what the hell he wants to us, and all that money goes back to this channel so we can do all kinds of cool things like buy art, get new things for merch, exclamation point merch in the chat, hire editors, hire freelancers, all kinds of fun things like that. Yeah, that's it. So if you want to help out, those are your ways to do it. With that being said, I turn things over to Iquin himself to bring us into the world of Call of Cthulhu.
Well, thank you, Mike. I am first, as always, going to do my transformation as your keeper. So I will keep talking without being able to hear anyone. I will put my darling mask on.
I forgot about this.
I will put my darling hood on. That gets snagged in the mask. Of course it does. And then I will have... I think this works because it keeps the hood sitting right.
I forgot this was a thing.
This is a thing. It will always be a thing. This is how you will recognize me when you see the last thing your character will ever see. Anyhow, let us get in for tonight's story. 1 year and 1 month has passed since the incident where the McArthy Estate burned down to the ground, and the sole heir to the McArthy family was tragically lost. The McCarthys have secluded themselves away, but 1 month ago, the three of you that were in the last game saw 5 evil, menacingly smiling faces, just for a brief moment before you either blinked, looked away, or, something came in your line of sight and then they vanished and were gone. But tonight, or it's my night, your day, this is also the new investigator who is about to join forces. So let us start our story tonight with in a small Irish pub located in the south of Boston. There we find a gentleman who goes by the name of Maka. Tell us, who is Maka and what has he been up to as of late, leading up to find himself at this pub here and now in the afternoon of this otherwise ordinary day? I leave it to you, Snow.
So Maka, or Dr. Bruce McLeod, as he doesn't like to go by, is an Australian cryptozoologist. And like any Australian abroad, he's found himself in a pub. And he's traveled to America. He investigates sightings of the cryptozoological kind. And he had a recent sighting of a Jersey Devil over on the east coast of US. And he finds himself there looking up a friend, Ted McCarthy, who he's done previous expeditions for and with. And he's recently just finished a talk at Boston University. And he's sitting back enjoying a cold one.
Very fine. There have been a year and a month since Sarah's passing. What have, let's say, Becca Adler been up to in this time, leading up to her being on and about in this seemingly normal afternoon in Boston?
Becca Adler, she is a young woman, 25 years old, very pretty. Think Zoe Deschanel in New Girl type of look. And she is a teacher's assistant at Boston University. And for the past year, she has been blissfully ignoring all the stuff that they went through and trying very hard to forget it. All up until she saw those very creepy smiling faces at her across the street. And that's kind of sent her into a even more paranoid tizzy on this day.
Hmm. We'll continue our story with another university student, I believe you were. Um, a year and a month has passed, Frederick. What have you been up to leading you to be out and about in Boston on this so normal afternoon?
So I'm playing Frederick Marlowe. He is, I'd like to say, a very well enlightened gentleman who loves everything peculiar. He has spent the last year reading books about witches because in our last adventure, we dealt with some witches. So he's been restudying up on them, learning that about the Salem witches, the witches in Romania, what's happened to them, and following people such as Macca, going to their talks in universities. And that has been his year, studying and listening to talks on all things strange.
And then, last but absolutely not least, we have our crime syndicate boss by now, maybe, Mr. Danny Kilbane, or Dapper Danny. What have you been up to this year?
You know, the usual. Dapper Dan, he has been, doing crime, as one does. He is even more blissfully ignorant than Miss Becca Adler. He's denied everything that's happened. He's denied association because, that's the first thing you do in crimes. Deny, deny, deny. And when you are invited to a fancy party with fancy drinks and then witches come out and try to kill you, you believe there's something in the punch, right? That didn't actually happen. He was clearly drugged. This was some kind of weird thing where it was some possible murder-suicide pact where they tried to kill people and light the house on fire. He's not entirely sure, but it definitely wasn't witches or ghosts. So he's just ignored that entirely. And he's continued about his normal, everyday life of being a antiquities dealer. It's what he'd like you to believe.
I see. And whereabout can we find Dapper Danny right at this moment?
You said it was how long ago? How long from?
It's a month ago since you saw the creepy smiling faces, and 1 month and 1 year since the incident over at the estate happened.
Okay. Let's say, for sake of convenience, much like our Australian abroad, Dapper Dan is in South Boston at a good old Irish pub.
Well, then I would say that luck so have it that you might be in the same pub. And as I understood it, Becca, you had some business to attend with Danny. I would say that you have just returned from concluding said business, wanting to, just check it off with Dapper Dan. You have acquired the goods you were looking for. What were you out and about to purchase this day?
Well, she was out
Becca.
to find. She was out to find Danny because Danny is a criminal and the only criminal she knows.
Wow.
And she needs a gun because she is getting heckin' paranoid and she thinks she's being followed. So she needs to protect herself. And she doesn't think her taser is going to do it anymore. So she sought out Danny to hook her up with a gun because that's what criminals do.
Wow.
And yeah.
You have gotten said gun because of brevity. I need you to already have it. So you are now back at the place where you got the instructions. For whatever reason you wanted, you have returned with the gun to Danny's bar. Frederick, you have been looking for Macca, and you have heard after his talk on your city that he was going out for a cold one. Did you follow him to said location, or are you somewhere else?
Frederick would definitely be hunting down Macca. He's probably stalked him on Twitter and any other social media because he's someone who's published in his field, who's also enlightened, like the rest of us. And Frederick would be going there to get something signed and autographed by the great man himself.
As you come into this pub, Frederick, you see 2 people you actually know. It's the Dapper Dan and it's Becca, sitting over in one corner doing something, and they don't seem to notice or even know that Macca exists. but you do, and you see him sitting by himself at the bar, having a cold one. Frederick, what do you like to do in this moment?
Frederick tries to ignore them because Dapper Danny was mean to him. No, they had some bad experiences before. They're probably not the type of people you want to associate with when they did crimes and you did not. So he ducks his head down a little bit, tries to avoid eye contact, and just searches the bar for Macca. Yeah.
Excellent.
He's easy
I would
enough to
like
spot.
everyone but Frederick to roll me spot hidden to see who noticed that Frederick enters. It's just a regular success to spot him. Just, get the rolling started. So on your character sheet, you should have spot hidden. And Maka, you could also, if you find it, see if you can just look up and see. And there we go. No, but Becca, the other two seems to be Dan engrossed in whatever he's doing at the moment while you're trying to get his attention. You see that Frederick walks in. Maka, you're enjoying a cold one. You don't really know what anyone looks like here. So somebody enters, but you don't pay them any specific mind unless you want to.
No,
But
he'd be
Becca,
focused purely on his beer.
But Becca, you definitely notice that Freddy comes in. And Frederick, of course, being the one who comes in and scans the room, you see that you've been spotted by Becca at least. But the other Dan seems to be unaware of your presence as so far. Maka seems to be busy with his beer.
He didn't even give me my change for my gun. This is how you guys usually operate? Hello?
I'm sorry, did you say he didn't offer you change for your gun?
Don't you guys keep receipts?
No, it's a gun. It's not a stick of gum.
Okay, well, whatever. Then she turns and looks. Shoot, it's Freddy. And she
Who?
kind of... Frederick. The weird guy?
The guy? Do I know a Frederick?
What's wrong with you? From last year? At the estate?
You know, I meet a lot of Freddys. They're a lot of... It's a popular name.
The enlightened one?
Enlightened one. Is he an electrician or a...
What the hell's the matter with you?
How could
you forget him?
I don't know who you're talking about.
She grabs his chin and turns his head.
Oh, Freddy the nerd.
Yes!
He was the book one.
Yes!
He kept reading.
The guy who was into the witches.
Yeah, the weird one. He's into nerd shit.
Yes. Thought that went without saying, but okay.
Yeah. Okay, what about him?
Nothing, just he's here.
Oh.
And can I roll to see if Maka is here? Because if he did a talk at the university, she probably would have known since
sure.
She's in the field of archaeology.
And
you
while
can...
while
sure.
Becca
roll me a
is
spot hidden.
while Becca is searching for whoever this person is that she's searching for, Danny is confused about why he was just made aware of Freddy. So he leans over and goes, "Oi, Freddy! Hey, hello! Hey!"
Doing?
Frederick turns around because he's posh, looks to Danny, smiles gingerly, very light wave, and then just carries on with his copy of Macca's thesis paper to go and get that autographed. He keeps walking towards Macca.
He's got
By
a
this
book.
time, you are very aware that stuff is happening in this bar. There's a small bit of commotion when somebody shouts another person's name. I would say that you look up and you could there's something about these kids, from your perspective, kids, that you do recognize Becca and Frederick. They were sitting there attending your talk about whatever you held a talk about in the university.
But for some reason, she's like... Because he was shouting at Freddy.
And Frederick would have been front and center, I'm sure. So he would have been taking lots of notes and giving off lots of creepy vibes. So Mac has definitely conned him straight away.
He's sitting at the front row.
Why are you shouting at him?
I don't know. Why did you point him out to me?
I don't know. I've been ignoring him for a
If you
whole
were,
year.
what sense does that make?
He's in my class, and
If you were, wait,
ignore
what?
him.
Listen, okay, so first of all, you pop out of nowhere, and I haven't seen you in forever. I forgot who you were. You came up, you're like, can I have a gun? I'm like, I don't deal in guns. They're ridiculous. Anyway, so then you see me at my bar. You come over here, you say, look at that guy, it's Freddy from the time of the thing. And I go, oh, okay, hey, Freddy. If you didn't want me to talk to him, then why did you point him out? If you didn't point him out, I wouldn't have even known he was there. If you were ignoring him, you just keep on frickin' ignoring him.
Why is he
Sense does that
here?
make? I don't know, it's a bar
And like,
in Southie.
and look,
That's where everyone
Yeah.
goes. We're Irish.
yeah,
We're in bars.
He's not Irish, and I'm
Well-
not Irish, and I needed to. And she lowers her voice. I needed to find a gun, and I knew
Yeah.
you would have one, or at least know where to get one, because it's what you do.
No, it's not. Okay.
Illegal stuff.
Okay, well, now we're getting a little rude.
Sorry.
Listen, maybe he
No
wants to
offense.
do illegal things with this weird book that he has over there. Why don't you go ask him? Freddy! Oi! What are you doing?
I came to meet Dr. McLeod.
Oh, hey, Freddy.
McLeod? That's a Scottish name. What the fuck are you doing here?
It's a Scottish name, but I'm not Scottish. I'm Australian.
All right.
Aussie. Oi.
I don't think they actually say that. That's pretty. You're pretty rude, you know. Recently.
That's what all the frat boys do.
I think that's a different thing. I think what you're doing is probably rude entirely, and I think that's just what your people kind of do.
Sorry.
And I don't think
Sorry.
that's what I don't need to
You
apologize
people.
to me. I don't.
What
Yeah,
people?
you like
Who-
collegiate
what?
kind.
I'm an academic.
It's the same thing. Just a
Danny.
different word for it.
And she just takes her drink and like,
Hey, sorry about the Scottish thing.
we like Scottish people.
I wouldn't go that far,
Not
but
Scottish.
I wouldn't agree with her, but you're fine.
Cheers.
And he like lifts a pint. and he just
and
continues drinking.
Yeah, Macca just goes back to drinking and trying to look as innocuous as possible.
Frederick walks up and stands next to Macca's table, or if he's at the bar. Hi, sir. I was wondering if you could autograph this for me, and it's a copy of your thesis paper to get your doctorate, which is probably no one's ever got signed before, but Frederick's going to get that signed.
Macca puts his beard down on the book and looks at it and squints and says, "Why do you have a copy of that?"
Because I haven't found anything else you've written, and it was a good opportunity to get an autograph. And I've read it like 8 times.
Oh, you're one of those. And Macca points to a ring on his finger and says, "Oh, sorry, I'm married."
I'm not looking to get married, so I just want an autograph. Like, you're a hero.
If you say so. Who am I making it out to? And Macca will pull out a Sharpie and
Frederick, please, sir.
Rico, no problem. And he opens it up, and on the front cover it goes, to Rico, next shouts on you, and then just signs it.
He puts it back into his little satchel bag. I'll get you a beer, and he waves to the barman to order Macca a beer.
This is an Irish pub. They know what that hand signal means. As you look up and you want to order that beer, you happen to glance about the big, window where something Irish is said, and there's that 4-leaf clover, and it looks out to the street, and you notice 4 people standing there. They're all smiling that very menacingly curly smile at all of you. One of them looks you straight in the eye. The other 2 seems to look Danny and Becca into the eye. The 4th one seems to look over at Macca.
So there was 4 this time, Michael.
There's four.
Yeah.
There's 4 people staring. One of them staring at each of you, sort of like trying to lock eyes. The one the one that looks at you locked eyes with you when you looked up to order that beer.
Did they have that? They've got that menacing smile. You said.
Very menacing, very unnatural. It looks, kind of like the Joker, like they have broken their jaws to be able to smile like that.
Frederick immediately snaps his head across to where Becca and Danny is. Massive eyes as he is, as he saw this a month ago. He saw 5 a month ago, if I remember correctly.
Yes, you saw 5 a month ago. Now you see 4.
And he just looks at the 2 of them, wide-eyed, and just shakes his head. And leans down. Sorry, Macca, the drink will come. And he puts money on the bar and just starts edging away from those 4 people.
I would say that Macca, as he starts to act a bit weird, you as well look up towards the window. You see 3 people smiling weirdly, evil and menacingly, but the 4th one you do recognize. It's Charlie. She's standing there, looking at you, looking you dead in the eye, waiting for you to come.
Macca will kind of grab Freddy as he walks away and says, stick around a bit, mate. There's some weirder than you groupies hanging around. I could use the shield.
He leans in a little bit. Yep, seen them before. And
since Mike went away, I would say that he has his back towards the window, but you, Becca, you look the other way, and as you see that they too start to act, or at least Freddy act a bit weird, you sort of, make a quick scan, and you also see it. For you, it's the 4 evil smiling people. I think you're muted because I can't hear you.
Are they smiling at me? Or are they looking?
One of them looks you dead in the eye and smiles at you. One seems to be looking at Frederick. One seems to be looking at Macca. And one seems to be looking at Danny.
Okay. She probably jumps in her. She flinches visibly in her chair, and her knees hit the bottom of the table. She's like, "Oh shit!" And she's starts scrambling a little bit, and she starts fumbling with her purse where she has put the weapon that she has purchased.
All 4 of them, and I say that Danny, in his absence, notice it since you banged the table. It's a natural reaction to look around, and he also sees them, and he will get to know that when he gets back. You wonder if he's trying to talk to us, but he's muted. I don't know.
No.
Anyhow, now when he's actually back. So as Becca screams and yells still, Danny, you look around and you also see these 4 evil, smiling, grimacing people. One of them dead-eyeing you, the 3 others taking 1 each of the others. 1 for Becca, 1 for Frederick, 1 for Macca.
No, he doesn't.
They seem...
Well, you see Becca, she physically jumps and kind of gives a shriek, and her knees hit the bottom of the table, and the table kind of jumps, and she starts fumbling with her purse.
Eichwin, when I say Danny is in denial, he's in denial.
Okay.
This is Boston. There's weird people all over the place. So he sees them and then actively looks away and pretends that didn't just happen.
Sure thing.
What are you jumping
be
around
as
for?
much denial as you want to.
They followed me. They followed me.
You who are looking at them, you see that they all, especially you, Macca, you don't see an evil smile. You just see Charlie. You see her beckoning for you to come. The other of you see the other people. All of them are wearing evil smiles, very, very menacingly. But they are also beckon you for to come, and they start to turn away, and sort of slowly turn and start to walk, sort of head lingering to look at you to see if you will follow them.
What are you jumping around for?
People at the window, they're the ones following me. And you can see she's
Oh.
fumbling. Then you hear like you hear like that metallic clank of the gun.
Yeah, no. Don't fire that through the window.
And she kind of brings it across her lap, and you see the flash of the weapon. She's not holding it up or anything, but you can tell it's out and it's in her hand.
Yeah, no. Do you know how to fire that? Just so we're clear here.
Just point and shoot. I know a little bit. I'm not an expert.
All right. Yeah, no. Point and shoot is pretty accurate. So just do me a favor. Let me make sure that I'm behind you.
I'm not gonna shoot you.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I said before when you were gone that Danny is in between the window and Becca at the moment.
Yeah, he steps out of the way and like he like gets out. Like I assume they're in like chairs, right? So he gets and then moves to this like a different side of the table where he's not directly in her line of fire. Says, "Yeah, no, don't shoot." Oh, man, I'd prefer if you didn't shoot at all, but that's to your prerogative. Would you like to leave?
They're still out there.
Frederick and Maka, what do you do?
Maka looks at Freddy and says, "Rico, you're a local, aren't you?"
I am. I go to the university.
I saw someone I want to talk to, but I don't know the area. Do you want to come with me so I don't get lost?
Sure. And he looks across to those people. Are they near the door, Icon?
Sorry, are they what near the door?
Are those evil smiling people near the door?
Sorta. The door is to the side. If you imagine like a pub, you have that big front window so people can look in and be like, oh, I want a beer, and then the door is to the side of that big window. They're standing sort of at the edge of the window by now because they're like turning to walk away, looking at you. So you have like maybe 6 feet between the last one of them and the door, like just empty window now.
Cool. Then yeah. Frederick looks to Maka. Yep, let's go. I don't want to leave here by myself. And he looks across to Becca and Danny and just gives a slight wave and gets ready to leave.
Oh, your friend is leaving. I don't know.
Muted.
I don't know what you're saying. I think you were scared silent for a second there.
Sorry. Can you come with me? Like,
to where? Where are we going?
What if they're out there? I don't know. What do we do?
Do I look like a bodyguard?
What if they're coming to get revenge for what we did?
I'm 6 foot tall and a whopping, 175 pounds. What am I going to protect you from, love? What do you think?
Strength in numbers. Strength. And she motioned. Freddy's going
no,
too.
There's numbers in this bar that I'm in. And I don't have people following me, so that seems like a very much you problem. Now, do you want to meet
them?
up?
You turned around, you looked right at them, and you saw their creepy ass fucking smut.
Nope. Did you want to meet up with your friend? I'll say hello to Freddy if that's what you like.
I think we should
By
stick
now,
together.
All but Charlie has left the window. For you, it just looks like any other evil, menacing, smiling girl standing outside. Maka, you don't see the evil smile. You just see Charlie. She's the last one there. And you sort of make a quick look around, both Freddy and Becca, and you see that 3 of the patrons of the bar now sprout those very menacing smiles behind you. So they are behind you from, you have the door, you have you, and then further into the bar, you now have 3 patrons looking at you, dead straight, smiling, very evil, creepy smiles.
She goes to
Danny,
get up.
you can be as much in denial as you want, but you do see it if you choose to.
He does not. You see him look around and then immediately look away. Says, "Yeah, no. If you would like me to go with your friend there, the one you're avoiding."
You're blind, and when she turns and looks to see what just following his gaze, And then she sees the creepy smiles, and then she jumps again and hits the table with her knees, and she stands up. Come on, let's go! And she grabs his arm.
If you cock the gun and you drop it, it could steal fire. So please don't do that either.
She's still got the gun in her hand, and she'll shove it in her trench coat pocket.
Nobody wears trench coats.
Because when she came to see him, she had a hat, trench coat with the collar up.
That's perfect.
And sunglasses.
That's perfect. Like a big Kentucky Derby hat too. Like
yeah,
I'm into it.
Love that. Says yeah, no, let's go. Freddy, I don't know where you're going. We're coming along.
Come on.
This is Becca. You remember her? I didn't.
Frederick looks back. Yep, more the merrier. More the merrier.
That's what she said.
I think he's lost his memory or something. He's gone.
It's all right. Hey, how's it going? My name's Danny. You're the not Scott. What's your name, friend?
Dano, nice to meet you, mate.
Same. You know what? Maca, give me a second here. Yeah, give me a second. And he runs back and he grabs his pint, and then he runs over and grabs the pint from where Bruce was sitting. I know the people here. Take this. And he hands him his glass. Now, where are we going?
Oh, I saw a bird out there. Looked like my missus. But no idea what she'd be doing in Boston. But
I do have to clarify here. When you say you saw a bird, did you mean like a lady or like an actual bird?
A chick, a lady.
All right. Just listen. You're
bird
foreign.
chick.
I'm for. It's a thing. Let's go.
Dr. McLeod, it's really nice to meet you. And she's
You're a doctor.
Her hand is her gun hand is in her pocket, and then she pauses like she's thinking about it, and then her hand without the gun comes out, and she offers
Right now,
to shake
the
your
three
hand.
patrons have stood up, the ones inside the bar, and Charlie's about to leave the window. She's like half out, and she's moving away from the door. So you have to go through the whole window on the outside to catch up with her.
So Macca will kind of quickly shake Becca's hand, say, "Oh, Bex, nice to meet you." And it's Macca, not this doctor bullshit. Just got to see someone. And
Okay.
Macca will head to the door and kind of go, "Oi, Charlene!"
You go out through the door, you look around, and by some mean, Charlie has managed to get all the way to the corner of the building already. And she's standing there, halfway across the corner and just silently beckon you to follow.
You see, when you see someone you know, that's a perfectly fine way to say hi. Oi! And then you yell their name. He did it. He's a doctor.
Okay.
I'm just saying. It was a normal response.
I said hi to you normally.
I'm saying
when I
about
showed
Freddy.
up.
What?
About Freddy.
Yeah. Shouting is not necessarily how you
Those
normally
words?
greet people.
Yes, it is.
No.
Probably more than half of the people I greet, I shout from a distance and say, hey. Sometimes that's all it is. I just say, hey, and then we just keep on living our fucking lives. But
It's an Irish thing, Freddy.
he's not even Irish.
He's not. He's got an accent. He's not American. Okay.
Oh, so it's a foreign thing now.
Yes. I'm sorry. It
And
is.
all
You guys-
criminals have guns.
You guys have. You knew where to get one, didn't
Well,
you?
now who's
I'm
a criminal?
Not wrong.
Frederick is inching
I'm
his way
not-
closer and closer to the door through the system.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
Micah, if you want to keep up, you need to start getting people moving because she's rounded the corner already.
Yeah, Macca would turn around and say, "Rico, oi, come on."
Yes, doctor. And he's just follows that.
He's calling you Rico?
Where are you going?
Name
She's
Rico?
still got Danny's arm and she's pulling him along.
Oh, okay. All right.
Frederick looks back away from them and he points at the bar where the three patrons are. Away from them. And he goes,
She
Picking a fight.
moves faster.
Yeah, no, I get it. I've been there.
You get out on the street, you round the corner, and you don't know how, but you think Charlie has been doing some sprinting of late because she's already like a neighborhood away. She has gone through and crossed the street, and she's now at another corner waiting for you, just silently beckon you to follow her.
Yeah, Macca's picks up the pace, but he's got the beer that Danny gave him, and he's being real
Sure.
careful not to spill any as well.
And you others, you see him like darting for the one person you still see is just some girl smiling very menacingly for you. That's what the three of you see. That's what he seems to be.
He seems to be following this scary chick.
As far as you can tell, he's walking straight for her all the time, and she is. You can also see that she's beckoning you to come.
Why are we following this girl?
Dr. Maka, that's not a good idea.
You-
What?
Yes, now turn the corner, so you need to keep up the pace.
It's the ball and chain.
Um,
What's not good idea about that?
Is this like an art thing?
What?
Is this like an art thing?
No?
Oh, all right. Is he
Come
drunk?
on.
Are you drunk?
She's still pulling him. Come on.
Frederick
No.
runs
If
to
I
catch up with
spill,
Maka.
I swear to Christ, if I spill my beer, I will take the gun out of you. And
If you don't come, I'm gonna fucking hit you with it. Let's go.
and he is following after, being dragged along by Becca.
You walk and you do it a couple of more times. Charlie seems to be always ahead of you. You see those three people that were in the bar. They sort of follow you, but at a distance. They seem to stop just shy. Every time you have to stop to reorientate yourself to find Charlie, Maka, they seem to stop behind you, a good 15 feet behind you, but always visible, always watching you, always smiling. And you do a couple of more turns, and since you are not familiar with Boston and you are leading the way, it goes pretty fast for you to get lost. But you turn a corner and you're faced then with some, ordinary doors, like those push-pull open doors. They go both ways, like saloon doors, but large glass ones. And you recognize that this is a mall, and you see Charlie right inside. So you follow her in, you get your little posse, if you want to call them that, to follow you in, one being dragged, one following you, one being a bit hesitant. And you get into this mall, and the first thing that happens is you feel that, nice perfume cloud coming out you for somebody like, oh, hey, try this new flavor, fragrance. And then you sort of look up, some coughing maybe, don't know, and you look around and she's gone. You look behind you, and so are the three other people that were following you. Inside is a busy mall. There's people pretty much everywhere. And you can see, escalators going up. And you can see that this has, and I've looked so long for this, and I think the word is mezzanine floor, where the top floor is shorter than the bottom one. And you have all the normal, little stands of people selling stuff standing out, like all the floor space is used. In the middle, there's some kind of, fountain kind of thing with water inside, looking nice. There's like huge glass doors and walls, and the ceiling is also made of glass to get lighting. And you have, the shops on the back wall and everything like that. And some like, corridors going further into the mall for more shops and other stuff.
Maka will turn to Frederick. Rico, did you see where she went?
I'm trying not to go where she's going, because, and he looks back. The others are still following us, right, Icon?
You cannot see anyone right now. They seem to have just disappeared. No one is following you, and you cannot see that creepy smiley lady that Maka seems to be following. It's just ordinary people doing ordinary stuff.
At least there's lots of people.
I didn't think we were going into the mall.
Why, you're not allowed in the mall?
No, you're not allowed to drink beer in the mall. It's a fucking mall.
Can't drink a beer in the mall? What sort of crappy rule is that?
It's an American thing, I think. I don't know. It's just not allowed. Technically, you're not really supposed to be drinking it out in the street either, but really no one seems to stop you in here. But there's kids around, so
Yeah, you can bring your gun in the mall, but not your beer.
No, technically, Becca, you're not supposed to bring guns either.
I don't have a gun.
Okay.
What gun? I don't have a gun.
Yep, no, what gun?
For you who carry beers, there are garbage cans and counters where you could just sort of, if you want to.
Yeah.
It's easily disposed of if you choose to do so.
Macca will just sort of like raise his glass to Danny and say, "Up your bum," and then just down it in one shot.
Matt, Jesus
She looks-
Christ. Danny clinks the beer, expecting like a cheers, and then like pauses when he says that, and then he's like,
What?
Slancha? Fucking fight here. And then he downs it as well, and then looks around, and then just grabs the opposite side of Becca's coat and puts the glass in her other pocket. Hold on to that for me.
You put down the glass and you drink the beer, and then you hear a scream coming from the other side of the fountain. It's hard to see past all the water. It's a high-pitched scream, might be feminine, and it's coming from like, an angle behind the fountain where you can't really see because of all the, it has that water thing where it falls in a way that creates kind of like a curtain, for a better word. But something is going on there. It's like, "Wah, ah," kind of scream, like panic and distress.
You see,
I'm not super good at voices.
And she
That's-
jumps and she grabs Danny.
Stop it! Why are you touching? Lady, see, that's why I don't have kids. That shrill shrieking noise, that's all they do from like ages fucking 1 to like 6. It's awful.
Frederick looks to
Okay.
Becca. Why are you so jumpy?
I don't know.
Aren't you? Because I'm being followed, okay? I'm a fucking
People are
criminal,
chasing her, apparently.
And now someone's following me and they're smiling creepily.
You two are criminals.
Yeah, you. And she gets up right into Freddy's face. And you stole a book.
I didn't steal
You were
anything.
there.
I saved the book. It's
I-
a difference.
Oh, really?
I don't
That's
like.
interesting.
I don't like how you said criminals. Like you're not wrong, but it's the
Austin
same.
is illegal,
and,
Danny.
and he's going crazy. He doesn't remember anything.
It's the same when she
Freddy?
said all criminals have guns. We don't all have guns. I have
Freddy?
one.
At the mention of
different.
this book,
There you go.
you hear in the back of your mind,
True.
I hear that.
No.
I don't like that.
no, only Freddy.
Oh, Freddy hears
only
that.
Freddy.
Okay. That's
Only
fine.
Freddy hears that.
That's
No,
fine.
Nobody but Freddy. Nobody but Freddy hears that.
He looks all around.
What are you doing?
There was no book. Book never happened.
You were there.
You two burnt down a house.
Yeah, and you were there. You were a witness. You
I
were
tried
an
to stop you.
accomplice.
Try to stop you. Danny threatened to kill me.
You did nothing. You did nothing. We saved Danny's life, and then
The screaming
Sacrifice.
continues.
and then
as
Danny
you're having
said
this
we could burn the
discussion-
house down.
As you're having this discussion, the screaming continues. Strangely enough, nobody else seems to mind it.
You know, Doc, what are you doing here?
Yeah, Maca.
I saw my missus. No clue why she'd be here in Boston. But she was giving me that come hither stare, and
Like a sexy
you know,
look.
yeah, the little curling finger, and
You know, I get it.
um,
But
now
what
she's gone.
But what are you doing here, like in general? In Boston.
I was doing a talk at the university.
Oh,
It was so interesting.
I wasn't talking to you, Jumpy McJumperson. What was your talk about?
Just recent studies into the Jersey Devil.
Oh, the Italians.
I don't know their ethnicity, but when I find one, I'll ask him.
All right. No, that's I mean,
You can't call them that.
can't call who? What?
I mean,
Nothing.
you were
Screaming.
racial stereotyping.
Dies down
Irish
to
and
a
Aussies.
gurgling, a coughing, gurgling sound coming from the other side of the fountain now.
Somebody should take care of that kid.
Is anyone else reacting to it?
None but you can see. Seems like doesn't
She's
happen to anyone else but you.
She's gonna be brave and look.
Sure. You walk around the fountain so you can get a picture.
And she's still holding Danny.
Danny's not coming
That-
around the fountain. He stands completely still. He's having a conversation with his new Australian friend.
And so she's like, and
You
then
don't need to
eventually she
work-
lets go.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to move a lot to get a look behind the fountain. You just need to get out of that exact angle. So
Yeah.
what happens is like you extend your arm, he extends his arms. It looks more like, you know, a girl wants to drag her daddy with her kind of situation going, but with adults. Uh, anyhow, you look through the fountains, or like on the side of it, and you now see a middle-aged woman lying in a pool of blood, recently deceased. Around her stands 4 people wielding knives, smiling, looking down on her. They don't seem to notice you now.
I think she just stands there like,
What?
What are you doing?
and does anyone else seem to know? Like, are people just walking by?
No, people are just walking by.
You're being weird again.
Reader.
So
And she'll
here's what-
just
so
slowly
this one's-
turn.
this
and
one's a little
walk
weird,
back.
right? So she does like weird book things, like she's like an academic or something, and she's like really, really into like, I don't know, archaeology or some shit. And this one is a huge nerd, and he likes books and writing and like I think other weird stuff.
Yep.
I don't know how I keep fucking stumbling upon them, but here they are.
And
Sorry,
she-
Becca, what were you doing? I couldn't hear you.
she's like,
before.
she's just like deer in headlights, and she just turns and slowly walks back to the group, and like her like arms are like robot like at her side, like
Did they quieten down the kid?
kid.
The one that was crying?
What are you doing?
She's like starts pawing at Danny.
Why are we hitting again?
Gotta get out.
So go!
Fuck! They killed somebody.
Who killed somebody?
No one notices. There's blood. There's a person over there. You gotta get out of here.
Who did
I've
it?
heard that about America. People get killed. People just
Yeah.
walk on
No,
by.
no, it's just a stereotype. It's not usually. I mean, it happens, right? But it's like usually the person's killed in like an alley or like put in a dumpster, and so you genuinely don't notice it. It's not in the broad daylight of a mall. Who killed who now? In where? What?
Iquin, as Danny is having that explanation to Maka, Frederick leans over to have a look to see what Becca saw.
You see a middle-aged woman lying, stabbed, bloody, on the floor, dead. You, however, see no smiling people. You just see people walking by her. It's almost like they can't see her, but conveniently enough, don't trample her. They just walk past. But she's lying there in blood.
What color is her hair?
It's blonde, but turning gray.
He looks back. Maka, what color hair did you say your missus had?
Yep, blonde, kind of shoulder length.
This woman has full length back hair. It's probably like 2-3 feet long.
Oh, then he looks to Becca. The lady that you're saying was stabbed isn't your wife? No, just some other lady. She's just dead on the floor.
And she's gripping Danny's shirt.
It's like it's your first dead body. Just call the police. Like any normal person, you see a corpse, you call the cops. Like it's freaking.
No one sees it. They're just walking by, and she's gonna start pulling him over to go look.
Okay,
Right
maybe-
behind you, where the doors are, you hear. And you hear doom, ba-doom, of a body falling down.
Danny gets pulled by Becca to see what's on the other side of the fountain.
Yeah.
Frederick turns around to go and see what fell.
Right behind you, like at most 5 feet away, you see 4 people standing in a kind of a circle, as much as a circle big for 4 people, smiling this, ice cold, blood curdling smile. And they have stabbed an older gentleman, somewhere around maybe 70, 75 years old. He had one of those, walkers with tennis ball things. And he is now lying in front of the doors, bleeding out, like reaching up with his last strength of his hand. And as you watch, it falls down and he stops breathing.
These people are really close.
They are about, the closest one to you are about 5 feet away, but they are all looking at the body, like the dead body. None of the 4 evil smiling persons seems to have noticed you as of yet.
Frederick just starts moving away at a very fast walk to get past Becca and Danny, so to put the 2 of them between him and
Where you going?
the 5 smiling people.
Where you going?
Nope, and he just keeps walking.
Where you going?
Well,
What is
what-
fucking...
Freddy!
He's just left Macca and he's left him.
What?
If
He's...
if you turn around and look, those of you who turn and look, you will see the dead body of the older gentleman and his walker, and the same thing. People seem to just conveniently miss him and his little pool of blood and walk right past him. You do not see the 4 smiling people anymore. They're gone.
Why does everyone keep walking by? Why doesn't anyone do anything?
You know, I would venture to guess, given that dead guy there, everyone's just minding their fucking business. You know? That's what I'd say.
She's gonna open the clutch on her purse and pull out her phone, and she's gonna dial 911.
There you go. That's a normal response.
You call, and the tone comes, I think it's like once or twice, and then it sort of picks up right away. I guess you're calling 911.
Yeah.
You hear a voice saying that standard, like, 911, what's your emergency?
Hi, I'm at what's the name of the mall? I'm at the Twin Pines Mall, and
Sure.
so there's a couple of people
Ma'am,
who's
I
been
need
stabbing.
you to calm down. Ma'am,
I can't calm down.
understand you.
They're dead. They're on the ground.
Ma'am, you have to
Who's
stop. Speak English, please. Ma'am, I cannot understand you.
Okay,
You
you're
need to
making a
calm down and
scene.
speak
What?
English.
What do you mean speak English? This is America.
Ma'am, calm down. You
I
need
am
to calm down and speak English to me. I cannot understand. You sound like a raving lunatic.
That's because she is a raving lunatic.
She called me a lunatic. You can't call me that.
Have you seen you?
Hello?
Ma'am, I'm sorry, I cannot understand you. Ma'am, is there anyone else who speaks English there?
She gives Danny a sassy look.
What?
No,
can
he
hear from the
speaks.
phone,
He
like,
speaks
hello?
Irish. He's an Irishman.
I-
Okay.
That's not. It's
Ma'am,
Gaelic.
ma'am, please calm down. I cannot understand you if you're raging about
There-
like that.
Give,
You need
has-
to
give
calm
me the
down.
phone. And he like snatches it. Hello, there's a lady with a gun and she's
No,
shouting
sir.
about stabbing.
No, sorry, sir.
It's
I
just
cannot understand you. You need to speak English, sir. Is there anyone in your company who speaks English? Please calm down, sir.
What am I saying?
Sir, please calm down. I cannot understand you. Please
the
give the phone to
accent.
somebody who
No, I
speaks
get it.
English.
No, I get it. It's
Told
the
you.
accent.
Sorry.
Some people
sir,
just
calm
can't
down.
get
No
accents.
no one's gonna understand the
people just-
Australian guy either. Freddy!
Ca-
We need
Hello?
someone on the
Is
phone.
there an English speaking there?
She says I have
Hello?
an accent. And she can't
Freddy's like-
understand it.
Freddy's fucking.
Freddy's
God.
noping. He's walking. off.
Freddy!
He's,
It's the police! It's a...
Hello?
Hello?
he
He's gonna-
stops
there.
at the police.
No,
Give me,
hey,
give me my phone back.
Just
Give
hold-
it back.
Hold on a
Give
second,
it back.
please. Hey, look.
Sorry,
Hello?
can somebody
Hello?
speak English? Sorry. Yeah,
Can you
please
hear me?
Speak English. Ma'am, are you back? Is this the same person I spoke to before? Ma'am, you need
Yes.
to calm down and please speak English to me. I cannot understand you.
I am calm. Can you
You
understand
need to
me?
calm down. Please stop raving so
Oh,
much. I
fuck
cannot
you! And she
understand you.
hangs, she
Please
hangs up the phone.
give the phone to somebody who speaks English.
She ends the call.
Boy, language.
Something's going on. She's like, you. Come on.
What?
Something's going on.
Yeah, I know that guy got stabbed. The lady got stabbed. It's a whole.
I
fucking
know.
thing.
And then she said you wasn't speaking English.
Maybe her phone's broken. Looks like a piece of shit to
To
me.
your left, next
Get
to
the
the
Google
doors, you hear,
phone.
no, please, no.
Was it an iPhone 6?
No,
And
it's a
You see-
Samsung. Okay.
another person to your left, about 20 feet away from where you are standing, slightly off to your left, where the other kind of doors are. You see man, maybe in his 30s, well-built, like bodybuilder, well-built man, also sort of grasping at his throat. You see the blood squishing out between his fingers. He's standing on his knees, trying to swipe like claw-like at one of the people smiling, while the 3 others just go in and puts their knives into his back, and he slopes down dead.
Danny like rolls his eyes and just walks over.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Listen, just
When-
let's do your thing. He kind of like walks over and he goes, "Oi!" And he gives the guy like a little bit of a shove with his foot.
The dead guy or one
Yeah,
of the
no,
smiling?
the guy on his knees.
The guy on his knees is now like up front, like face down.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Is this like an art installation or like a what do you call it when everyone dances at the same time? Is this
Everyone
like
else,
one of the-
you
one of
see
those
that
flash
the
mobs.
faces,
Flash mob.
the faces now look at Danny. They no longer look at the body. They look straight for Danny.
Is this like one of those?
Danny, look out!
This-
and she's
is it-
gonna pull out the gun.
What are you doing shouting for? Is this one of those cigarette campaigns where like everyone dies because it's like every 22 whatever the fuck cigarettes kill people or something like that? Is it? It's like a
Danny,
whole thing.
they're gonna try to stab you.
Yeah,
All
of course
four
they
them.
are. Of course they are, Equin.
So we go into the combat. The
I know how this game
initiative
works.
is in dexterity order.
But if he doesn't believe they're there, he just
I
he just
disbelieve.
matrixes out of the way.
I disbelieve the existence of
That was-
ghosts.
Yeah.
Becca, I'm missing Maka. Maka. Well, can I add you to initiative, please? Why did you go out of initiative?
I'm not
I hate
touching
when
anything on
Roll20
my
do that. Here we go. Thank you. Let me put it there.
Should I be rolling something?
65. No, initiative in Call of Cthulhu is completely dex based. So I have already looked up your dex, and I want it in descending
Nice.
order. And Maka and Becca, you two are first, so you can decide amongst yourselves. And funnily enough, or wait, is it? Did you have? I know two had 16, two had 65. Did I?
I have 65.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
Maka is the wrong
65.
one. He had 60. I misremembered. Sorry, that's on me. So 16. There we go. I will just whoop. Kidding. Everything is fine. Dapper and Becca, you two have 65, so you get to decide who goes first among you two. And
I feel like I'm getting stabbed. So you know what? What's happening? What does it look like?
I would say, actually, yeah, you're not gonna go first. I just realized that I gave the baddies 18 dexterity, so they are going first. So you are gonna get stabbed first of all.
Yeah. How do
For
I not get
peop-
stabbed?
You like this. I made a rules cheat sheet. I will click show to all players. You can have it up.
There we go.
In combat, you have 4 choices. When you get attacked, like you are now, you get to fight back. That means that you use a fighting skill appropriate to what you want to do. If it's sort of punching or using a small pocket knife or something, it's fighting brawl. If you have an actual loaded gun and wants to shoot, that makes it a firearm handgun skill. But the kick is here that you need to have higher rate of success than the attacker. So a regular meets a regular. That means the attacker will win if you fight back. But fighting back gives you that you do damage to them if you win. You can also use your dodge skill. Dodge is easier. Then you only have to meet there. So regular, you win, but nobody takes any damage.
I
You
gotcha.
dodge the knife. You can also sit there and take it, which is an option, or you can run away. Running away would also mean, in this situation, since you're surrounded, I would say that you need to do a dexterity check to get away rather than a dodge. Dodge is like if you want to be in place, but just, whoop, whoop. Running away, then I will make you a dexterity to, just book it. So,
Okay.
first of all, let me just attack you and see how many of them will actually hit. So, character sheet. Did I forget to give them knives? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Of course I did. Doesn't matter because their skill isn't that super good. 1 failure, 2 failure, 1 got an extreme success, and failure. So 3 of them are not positioned well. The closest one to you, the one that is sort of next to you, to your left, so they're right-handed, to your left, they have an ample strike. They swing what looks like an ordinary kitchen knife against you.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I have no way to dodge an extreme success, unless I roll another extreme success. So yeah, I will dodge to try to not get stabbed by that. Where is the alphabet? Dodge. I fail. I get stabbed.
That is not super good, but I will be nice and count this as a medium knife. So I don't think they have any damage bonus. 1d4 plus 2. 1d4 2. You take 5 points of damage because they stab you. You don't get away. They have a clean, you just stretch out your hand, gets the knife into your side. They missed vital organs, but you feel that burning sensation of the knife blade entering, and you feel that wet coming down as your blood starts to dribble out. And then the adrenaline kicks, and it's not their turn anymore. Whose turn is it now?
It's
Now
Danny.
it's your turn and Becca's turn. So I would say it's your turn since you're the one getting stabbed, as we concluded.
Yeah, I think he just like stumbles backwards after being stabbed, because that's what you do when you get stabbed. So I'm gonna give you a dexterity, I think you said, to get out of this situation.
That was more for to dodge the blow. And
Okay.
now you have the choice to attack, do combat maneuvers, do running away as usual. And
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
there's
He's gonna
something else, but
run away.
They can like use items. So yeah, running away is completely a good option. So you start run away. You have quite some choices. You have the fountain sort of behind you, and then you have a left of the fountain, a right of the fountain. They are like small booths and stuff like everywhere spread out. There is no like one single line of escape. You will have to do some, track and field kind of bullshit, jumping over stuff.
Yeah. So I assume this mall didn't come out of nowhere, and this is a mall that Danny is familiar with. Where would
this is not your usual mall, but
Okay.
you're slightly familiar. You know of its existence. You've been here maybe once or twice.
Okay. Would I know where some kind of either like the security station would be, or something like that, or a first aid kit or a bathroom?
The bathrooms are further in.
Okay.
You need to go further into the mall to get to the bathroom. You don't know of a security station. You know that in mob terms, this is contested territory.
Okay.
So nobody's running any large game here. Like small hustles are okay, but if you set up shop, you will get in trouble with all the families because they're trying to solve who gets to hustle what in this mall.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I think he just kind of stumbles back to the group, right? To where Macca and Becca are. He's like, "Hey, they stabbed me. It's not an art installation. It's like a whole fucking, don't shoot me, please. I said behind you." And he is walking back to them. "We should probably go. They're stab heavy."
I would say that is about what you can do on your turn. Becca, what do you want to do as he stumbles towards you?
It hurts a lot.
You want to shoot, I guess?
You're muted.
You're still muted.
You're stunned into silence again.
She's gonna shoot her gun. Yeah.
Then roll me the handgun skill you have.
Oh, handgun. Oh, I do have it. Yay. Okay, let's go, bitch. Oh no.
You cannot.
That's a failure.
Yeah, you can. Sorry, you can't re-roll in combats. You remember there's some push rules and stuff, but combat ones they do not apply here. So you shoot your gun. You try to miss Danny, so you miss like everyone. You fire the gun, and one of those like windows it doesn't shatter, but they're like not bulletproof, but they're one of those security glasses, so it just gets milk white and into like 1,000 pieces, but stay together. Funnily enough, nobody seems to notice. Not that Danny got stabbed, not that you fired a firearm inside a mall. People are just, walking by.
And she kind of looks at the barrel. It's like, oh, thank God. And she would fire again if she could.
Yes, you can fire up to 3 times with a handgun.
Okay. Can I just make 2 clicks in a row?
If you fire more than once, you get a penalty die. So you would do it. You would click it, and then you see the bonus penalty. And you would click it again and add a penalty die. If you fire it a 3rd time, I want to remember that you get another penalty die because it gets like harder and harder. But you like bam, 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 bam. One shot, you can like boom. 2 or 3, the aim gets off.
Okay, so I'm clicking handgun again, and then clicking the penalty.
Yes.
After the fact. Okay.
I think so. I can't remember exactly how Roll20 does this because I don't really use it.
Well, that was a failure anyway.
So the penalty is a 9, which means it's a 98, which also means that your gun jams because 98 is your is your rating for when it's
Bang, click. What is this?
Yeah, you're. I'm sorry. That was amazing. You shot second shot with your new gun and it jams because 98 is actually the limit for that one.
And she turns to Danny. What is this?
It's a
Click,
cheap
click,
gun.
click.
You said $500. Fuck.
It's less than that. He didn't give me my change.
Well,
Maka,
$500 then.
you're up. Danny gets stabbed. Becca shoots the gun. You act in about the same space, slightly after them. So one shot rings off, then the gun jams.
For Macca, this is quite bizarre, everything that's going on. He will just head over towards Danny and just try to help him get out of the way. So we fucking can't stay here. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, no thanks, mate. I'm bleeding out. I appreciate the lift. That sounded very aggressive, and I didn't mean it that way. I am losing all this blood, though. Thanks.
Can I do
you
any first
okay?
aid or anything like one, or?
Yes, there is such a skill, actually. It's called first aid, and it's in the center column about under firearms for some reason. Center column a bit down, like the fifth from the top. It's called first aid.
Nope, I cannot do any first aid.
You could not do first aid, I'm sorry.
His wounds are on
Um,
the opposite side.
You
Yeah.
try to do, you have like nothing that you need. You would need to go find a first aid kit to properly address this stab wound. And you know that in Australia, I will now say that because I know nothing about Australia, but in my Australia, there are usually first aid kits in the bathrooms.
I'm sorry, did you just ask
I
if I was
decided
okay?
that's how Australia works now.
Yep. Every bathroom in Australia has a first aid kit.
Yeah, even your
Yes.
one at home. It's mandated by the Australian
Yeah, I
Ministry.
mean, don't you have a
of
first aid kit in the
Medical.
bathroom? Anyhow, we jump to Frederick. What do you want to do while all this chaos ensures?
Frederick hears the gunshot, right? Not like the normal people.
You hear the gunshot.
Crap.
You see Danny gets stabbed. Like seconds after he slightly goes away, you see Becca pulls up the gun, fires once, then it sort of clicks and jams. Maka runs over, tries to do something with Danny, which seems to do nothing.
So Frederick was moving away from them, so he wouldn't have seen Danny get stabbed and Macca. But when he hears the gunshot, he just dives behind the fountain and just hunkers down there next to the dead body,
Sure.
probably.
Yeah, no problem.
Hide next to the dead body, and they might leave you alive.
Play dead. Next to the body.
Yeah,
I would
that's all
say
he's
that
doing. He's getting away.
we don't need to be in initiative order anymore for this because you're all made some distance for the people, but the four of them looks up and they make eye contact and they now look at you. And if they weren't smiling enough before, you see how their whole face curls up. You can almost imaginative hear the bone cracking for them to make that face. And they start to move closer to you. Like all of you. They're moving towards your group.
Yeah, she will grab Maka and Danny. It's like, we gotta get out of here. And she puts the gun back in her pocket. And she's like, let's run.
Yeah, I'm coming as fast as I can. Stab wound.
Yeah, it hurts like the devil. But you get dragged along by Becca. The other two, what do you want to do?
Macca will follow them and say, "We need to Becca. We need to find your boyfriend a first aid kit or something."
It's not my boyfriend. What the hell are you talking about? And she looks down.
Yeah,
Are
I'd
you
like one as
okay?
well. If that's the case. No, I got
Where was he-
stabbed.
Where
in the
was he
fucking-
stabbed?
Right here, the bleeding part. Kind of
She's
question
right
is
there in the
that?
bleeding part on
She'll-
on his side, like right below the rib cage. He must be stabbed like between his stomach and his lungs.
Oh god! It's like she'll put her hand over the wounds, like, oh, pressure!
My
pressure!
hand's already on it. I know how fucking wounds work.
Right, sorry. Yes, you've probably been stabbed before with what you
No,
do
I
and everything.
haven't.
Let's go. We gotta
What
get a
the-
first aid kit. She'll pull him towards. the
Jesus
bathroom.
Christ, what do they teach you here? Get out of the college, for shit's sake. Bathroom. Freddy! The bathroom has a first aid kit. It's a
I
thing
don't
we
know where
took
Freddy
it
went.
from Australia. They do it in every single one of theirs. And it was a good
Yeah.
idea.
As he sees them, because I'm assuming, in my mind, they're going to walk past him to get towards this bathroom. He gets up
Yes.
as quickly as he can and stumbles and rushes up behind them, and then just realizes that he's at the back of the crew. Just keeps trying to get in front and make sure he's not at the back.
Listen, stop touching. Where were you? I got stabbed in the fucking ribs. You see that shit?
You get stabbed all the time.
No, I don't. This is the first time I ever
Criminals
get
get
stabbed. That's not
shot.
true.
Okay,
Very
Who shot
rarely.
you?
Who? No one shot me. I
I
got
didn't
stabbed.
the gun jammed.
Who-
What kind of
That's a good thing.
crap is this?
That's what I said.
What?
I don't think she should have a gun either. Anyway,
What?
can we get to the
You've
bathroom
got a gun?
faster? I
Oh,
do
shit.
have a gun. I do
I'm
crime.
running. He's done.
So she'll push open the bathroom door. And
Oh, shit. I'm gonna get locked in the bathroom.
Of course I have a gun. What the hell sense does that make?
No, he said that to Becca.
Sorry, what
I
did you
don't-
say?
I don't think she should have one either.
Oh shit, she has a gun.
she's
You know,
waving it around.
You know,
you lost so much in health in one go.
I sure
you also
did,
get
buddy.
a major wound. So
yeah.
just remember that you also have a major wound because it makes a difference if you should perhaps die.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, well, I have first aid, so once we're in the bathroom, can I try?
You drag him away.
And we'll lock the
people-
door.
The people seems to follow you. They don't seem to be in any kind of hurry, but they smile and they walk in like a normal pace, not fast, not slow. They follow you. You drag Dapper along. The other two, you make up the rear guard. You push through people, and every time you sort of touch anyone, they sort of look horrified at you, like they're coming out of a trance, and then you look horrified. But as soon as you get maybe 3 feet away, they seem to just snap out of it and go back to being zombies, like just walking away. You do this for like 4 or 5 people to get through, and then you see that the other people avoid. They go around, so they take a bit longer. You come to the bathroom, you sort of push it open. Luckily, there's no one in there. You get everyone
Nice.
in, and you slam the door and you lock it. And as you lock it, you hear the of a knife being plucked out the outside of the door. Realizing that
shit.
you got that closed in the nick of time.
Shit.
Are there windows
Really?
like one?
In the bathroom, no.
There's
Shit.
never windows.
You're,
in
you're
the
deep
bathroom.
inside the mall. This is like, the extra space there. We're like, oh, we can't put a store in here, so bathroom.
Frederick goes into the stall.
That
Sit
seems
down,
about right.
sit, and she sit on the
Yeah.
the
Oh,
sink.
no. Okay, you got.
And she's gonna go and get the first aid kit, and she's gonna
There is a first aid kit, so you
Fumble
can,
with
you
it,
can
like,
roll
you know-
me.
shit's gonna go everywhere.
You know, Doc. I feel like you're very, very accustomed to people getting stabbed around you. You seem to just be very fine with everything that's going on here.
I've been to some rough bars in the outback. It
Yeah.
happens a lot.
Okay. All right. Well, good to know. Good to know.
But- Does this happen often? I don't go to many malls in the US.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah. Stabbing's
roll
usually a
first
more
aid.
of a domestic kind of thing.
Sorry, I cut out for a second. Do you want me to roll
Just
Okay.
you go for it.
first aid? Come on.
You use the first aid kit. It's not made to treat like deep stab wounds. It's made to treat like small cuts and maybe bruising, like there's one of those break and you get a cold patch. It's some band-aids, a pair of gloves. There is like one of those what do you call them, fabric thingy that you roll, bandage, like
Gauze and
bandage,
stuff.
not band-aids but bandage. There we
Yep.
go.
Yeah.
I know English, as usual. You try to fix them up, but it instantly starts to bleed through. This is a deep cut, and you
Well, this
need
isn't
to do
enough.
better.
This isn't enough. This isn't enough.
We probably
Can't
need
we
to get
just-
him to a
Did
hospital.
you just try to put Band-Aid on my...
Oh, we gotta do something.
It was a
You're gonna
kitchen
fucking bleed
knife.
out right here.
No, I'm aware of it.
Frederick
And
leans over the
because
top of the stall.
Yes,
Go for
so- go ahead. Go ahead.
He just leans over the top of the stall. Can't we just feed the criminal to them and while we run?
What?
No. We're not sacrificing anyone this time. Okay.
He's the reason
gonna-
we're in trouble.
I will shoot you.
You burn
You-
down the house and cause all this trouble. You
No.
pyromaniac
No.
Wait,
criminal.
who burnt
art
what
thief.
down?
There was
Burn down the house.
There was a
Release them.
party.
We
There was a
have
house fire. It was
A
a whole
corruption
thing.
bar. As you bickering,
fucking Christ.
the
Oh, no.
lights
God
go
damn it,
out.
Egwin.
They start to flicker and
He
go
screams.
out. And then the kind of emergency lights you have in Sweden, they're green. I don't know how it is in the US.
They're-
but
they're-
like green
they're
and there's
like
a-
yellow.
Okay, so they're yellow. You have a yellow light then. There's the yellow light of like the emergency sign. That's the only thing, and the shadow seems to grow very deep and very dark. Frederick, once again, you hear your little companion voice in the back of your head.
Beware the shadow.
He fumbles in his bag, and he pulls out his mobile phone because it's 2021-ish, and he turns the light on his phone and puts it on the floor so there's no shadows in his cubicle.
You try to do that, but you're in a cubicle with a toilet and with other stuff, and there will be shadows. But you try to extinguish them as good as you can.
It's better than being out there. There's more shadows out there.
You see Frederick turn on a mobile phone torch in his little cubicle. It sort of shines up a bit more, but
What are you doing?
it also creates more long shadows outside his cubicle.
What's happening?
Stay away from the shadows.
She
Stay away from the shadows.
She pulls out her gun. How do I fix this? And she's.
I
gonna
don't
fumble
know.
with, like, the clip.
I deal with antiquities. Jesus, I need
And burning down
stitches.
houses.
I would say anyone can burn down a house, okay? And I at least 7 or 8 stitches. Can we go to the hospital?
I don't know how to sew. I never learned. I didn't take home
You
ec.
hear thump, thump, thump. Somebody's banging on the door, like trying to break it, kind of banging. But I didn't want to make anyone who's hearing headphones deaf. So imagine it a lot louder, a lot louder banging from the door.
Can I roll something to try and unjam my gun?
Yes, you can roll me mechanical repair.
If I don't have any skills in it.
You should have a base value in mechanical repair, and I think mechanical repair is
Okay.
like 1.
Okay, actually, mine says it's 10. So.
Yeah.
Okay, then you have 10.
Oh, actually, that's not too bad.
You have no
Failure,
idea how
but-
a gun works. You look at it, and the cartridge is out,
Clip.
but something with the spring is messed up, and you have no clue.
She's not. She's an American. She has fired a gun before. Doesn't have her gun or finger on the trigger or anything like that. So isn't that normal? I don't know. And so she's like popping the clip out, and then she's like, and
Now you can feel it when you try to do that. I know what it's called in Swedish, but I don't know what it's called in English. But when you do that movement to get another cartridge in, it sort of jams in the back position, so now it doesn't even snap back. Something is completely messed up with the spring part.
She throws it at the door.
Actually, just give me a throw because it's funny, because there is some throw skill in here. If you don't have
God.
it, just if you don't have it, it's okay. But
I
if you
do.
have it, just give me.
That's
hit
great.
exactly where you want to go. What were you aiming for?
Just the door.
Corruption bar. The handle breaks off the door. The door swings open.
Yeah. It just aims at the door.
How much more corruption could we get? No. It's a small handgun against a kind of sturdy door. The door holds, but it gets one of those little bumps in it, and the gun just falls to the ground.
Freddy, can you sew?
Of course. When I do my live action role playing,
Oh,
in the
I
woods?
so don't care. Can you
I
stitch
make
up?
my own costumes.
Listen, okay, let's pretend that my skin was a cloak of wizard shit.
I
Stitch it
would
up.
dress up as Chester.
Okay, that doesn't help. Stitch my ribs. Can you get
You
out
don't
here?
stitch ribs; those are bones.
Okay, stitch the skin around it, for Christ's sake. Could you help with
Come
this?
on, Freddy. We need your help. He's gonna bleed out.
It is a lot of blood.
He creeps open the door slightly. We can feed him to them, and we can run away.
No.
I don't
What's
think
wrong with you?
that's how it works.
The banging stops. He
See,
falls silent
they
again.
like the idea,
They're
and he'll go
not.
over and try and help them. And he's got first aid. If there's an opportunity icon for me to roll that as well.
Yes, you can go ahead. There is some stuff left in the first aid kit. Maybe you are better at it than Becca is.
I had 30 on there. It's
How do I
not
roll
too bad.
that?
Just should be able to click on the first aid skill.
I'm in the wrong mode.
Yep, get out of edit mode.
There we go. Failure.
No, these things are not enough to cure a very deep
what?
stab wound.
I had. Give me that.
I imagine Freddy stitched it into your side. Stitch your clothes into your side.
He like is going for it.
Since I will give you this, since all of you tried valiantly to do this, I will give you that the bleeding has stopped enough for you to not lose any more health at this point. Like I will give you that because this has been so much fun for me.
So I don't remember exactly what the rules are for Call of Cthulhu. Can you do first aid on yourself? Because I know there's one kind of healing you can't do.
I
on
don't
yourself.
remember either. I don't think you can.
Okay,
But
that's fine.
I mean,
Can I
go ahead. It's fun. I will allow it in my game because seeing you fail is delightful.
She'll get her phone out with the light.
You know what? I spend 8 luck points.
Sure, you can do that.
Ooh,
You
nice.
can burn that luck.
Give me that, you fucking.
I guess I could have done that too.
I'm surrounded by children. Oh, Christ!
It's not the same as a jester
It's
hat.
so
all right?
much worse.
She
when you're
shines the light.
Doing it yourself.
Careful.
And then
Ew.
it's not even. You know
That's
what?
so gross.
And he like bends the needle. Like, okay, this is very much.
Danny and Becca,
not
you're
a good
busy
time.
doing that. Frederick and Maka, roll me spot hidden.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Not Danny, not Becca, just Maka, just Frederick. You are busy with other stuff. Maka and Frederick are the only one who have a chance at this. No, okay.
Our rolls are
Everything is
today.
fine. Yeah, but you
Jesus
rolled like
Christ.
fucking gods the last time, so this is my payback.
Jesus Christmas.
I think
I couldn't go for it.
Macca's going to pull out. Macca's got a hunting knife in his boot. He's going to pull that out and kind of say, I think the priority is to get him to a hospital.
Thank you.
Yes, but
Feed me too
those things are out there.
Icon, is there a vent? There must be a vent.
There is a
ceiling.
vent. It's like high up on the ceiling. It's wall mounted, high up on the ceiling. It's kind of small, but a person might fit through with some effort. Some effort put in, but it's it's like 8 feet up on one wall, and the ceiling is at like 9 or 10 feet up, so it's like close to the ceiling. When you look up there, you also see that this is like a false ceiling. You know, the ones you have like little squares you can lift off.
Yeah.
So it's
Drop
that
ceiling.
kind of ceiling. Yeah, the drop ceiling is going on in this because it's a mall. Of course, they have a drop ceiling.
Well, while
However,
they're
as you're
different.
contemplating all of this, I am going to roll for it because I'm so nice, and I'm going to roll a coin toss, and I will give 1 to Frederick and 2 to Maka. 2, Maka. You feel something very nice coming up, and I just need to open the character sheet for the
Just say it
nice
like that.
new.
I don't like that. I don't like how you
I
said
want to say
that.
it like that.
I like it's not me.
With this one, does it do what I want it to do? It does. But normally, in a failure, it means it misses. But since this is a surprise round because you did not succeed on your spot hidden, as long as I don't fumble, which is 100, I succeed on my hit, and I do. So I do make the roll. I will do 2d6 at once, and you will lose 2 strength and 1 constitution from your character sheet. So you just go edit mode and you lower those values. As you feel something shoot out from a dark corner, tendrils comes out and sort of grabs onto you, and the rest of you can see this. It looks like shadowy tentacles springing out, having almost no shape or form, wraps around Maka on his torso. Maka, you can feel your very essence gets drained out of you before the tentacle sort of draws back into shadow again. As you look over, and I imagine that most of you would look as the tendril drags back, there's like a pool of shadow on the floor. It's sort of like the light goes around it, and even though it should shine on the floor here, it just shines on this black, well, for a better word, shadow. It doesn't look like nothing but blackness. It's over, not in the stall you were, but like 2 stalls further in, sort of like in the corner situation, and it sort of have glided out, so it's halfway out and shot its tendril to Maka, who stood closest to it.
Maka will just kind of go, crikey, what was that? Did you see that?
Do we see it too?
You all saw it. As soon as they sort of shoot out, there's, that movement when the shadow sort of sprouts, tentacle shadow thingies, wraps around him, and sort of like does something silently, and then just withdraws back in, and you can see that they withdraw into this shadow spot, like an oil spill, but completely black.
Oi.
She like moves the light from from Denny's wound to. Ah!
You see it now.
Who else is in here?
It's like a black puddle that moves towards you over the floor, and where there should be floor where your light shines, the light sort of just doesn't bounce on this. It's just dark and shadowy, impossibly so, in the middle of your light. It seems to not like it, so it sort of scuttles out to the side and goes into the dark area underneath the sinks.
And she chases. Oh, you fucking get out of here! And she's gonna chase it with her light.
What the fuck is? Can we get out of here? Are you? Are you all right there, Duck?
Yeah, just was a bit of a tingle, shortness of breath. Fascinating though. And
Is
he'll
it?
get his phone out
Fucking,
and start
are
taking
you having
photos.
a heart attack?
Wait.
What? No. Get photos. That could be a new life form.
What is happening right now?
Freddy
She puts her-
just shouts, take Danny instead. And he runs through to try and find the vent and try and open the vent. And if he can't get that open, he's going to try and punch out the tiles and
Take me where?
Well,
He needs to leave Macker
are
alone.
screwed in
Can have
place. You can climb the basins, like on the cleaning station, and you notice that there's gonna be some force if you want to pull out the screwed-on vent, but you can, just poof, up the ceiling.
He'll pop the ceiling up, pop his head through if he can, pull himself up, and if he can, he's going up there. He knows I know he's gonna fall through, but he's going up there anyway.
They're all just like watching him go.
The big puddles on the floor, just pointing that out.
She's hopped up on the sink.
Dexterity roll. Dexterity check to see if you can manage to go on like the beams that holds this whole construction up.
Dexterity.
These things are made for people to crawl.
I'll spend I'll spend 6 luck.
You can.
To
You
get
can
a
also
60.
push it. Remember that in the rules cheat sheet I put on, you can push things. You cannot push luck, not sanity, and not combat rolls, but you can push things like this if you want to re-roll.
Yeah, go on then. It doesn't go well if you fail, right?
If you fail, it will be a fumble, and fumble means dire consequences.
I like those. Those are the best.
As long as it's not dying.
You fall through
No, it could be.
You fall through the ceiling, down on Dapper, who seemed to be right below you.
Come on now. Jesus Christ.
What a dick.
Dapper, you feel some of the stitches being pulled.
You would.
Yeah, because dire consequences.
For fuck's sake! What are you doing? Get off
Whoa,
of me!
jeez, come on! Like,
You're caught
come
me.
on.
And he
Just
tries.
got
he runs
stabbed.
back up.
What is happening? Why are you jumping out of the ceiling?
Can you get up? We could get away. Call off the
Okay,
ceiling.
this is
You
fucking
can leave
ridiculous.
him
Okay,
behind.
I'm just gonna.
Let's go.
This is so dumb. Danny gets to his feet and like slips on the blood a little bit, but gets to his feet and he goes to the door and it hits the unlock thing and then opens the door a little bit.
Outside is this. It's not as dark as in here. You have like the yellow light and stuff, but outside you would have all the sunlight, but the electrical light is off. The sunlight seems unnatural dim, like a solar eclipse, but way dimmer. There are still light coming in, which means there are shadows everywhere outside.
Okay, look, the coast is clear. There's no one outside.
There are people outside though, but you don't see them smiley, creeping people. The people are still walking around in the mall, seem to not notice anything that's going on, not even that it's dark. Some people even try to pay and a cash register that seems to be shut off.
Can we go out here? There's no one out
Freddy,
here. It's just regular
Freddy.
mall people.
Come on.
If
it's
there's
It
there's
looks
no
clear.
people at the door.
And
That's from pitch black. Gee, that's
You know,
not clear.
you know, Freddy, you might have a good idea up there. Becca, get out of the door. Doc, get out of the door.
Freddy's gonna run through.
She'll
Follow
go.
them.
She'll scurry out the door.
couldn't-
Danny absolutely tries to close the door on you, Freddy.
Of course you do.
so you run out. Danny tries to close the door. Becca, do you want to try to get through the door or be on the inside of the door before it closes with that? Maka, what are you doing?
I'm leaving the bathroom.
Yeah, so
Leaving the
sorry,
bathroom.
I made the assumption that since Becca and Maka were already on the floor, they would get out first, and since Freddy had to climb down from the ceiling, because he tried to climb back up there,
Sure.
that he'd be the last one. So he
I know
tries to
it's-
close it on him.
No.
Wait,
no.
so you want to be on the outside and close him inside?
Yeah.
Ah, sorry,
100%.
sorry, I get it now. I see it now.
100%.
I will say just contested dexterities, like who is the fastest to do this. So it's the number of successes. If the successes are the same, you can have it's the skill that breaks the tie.
Yeah.
He makes it. He makes it out, and you close the door.
He goes to close it, and he just bash. Oh, I thought you were going through the ceiling. Sorry.
This way's quicker, and he starts to push past that.
Yeah, no, it sure is. He closes the door fully.
Ike and Freddy would know that there's not due a solar eclipse, right?
You would definitely know that there is no solar eclipse right now.
It's not supposed to be this dark. It's not supposed to be this dark. Too many shadows, and he starts scurrying off to try and find a door.
You know, Doc, it's very weird that you wanted to take photos, but you seem to be the most normal of the fucking weirdos that keep following me around. Could I just can I get a hand here?
Yeah, you see, Mac is like listing symptoms, slight blurred vision. Oh, okay. And he puts his phone away and puts his arm under your good arm and says, I think the idea of the hospital that I had before.
Yeah, still a good idea. I agree. Yeah, no, that's Jersey Devil seems like a weird thing to call people. But what do you do? What is your? And then there's like just a conversation of them as they try to walk through the mall.
She was helping him, but on his left side, and then he's like asking for help on the right side. I'm just like, okay, what?
Yeah, no,
not
you're
a
fine.
fumble either. Freddy, you run out through the shadowy things. You said you were scurrying away.
Mm-hmm.
You look down, like you take a few steps, you look down and see towards your face those tendrils comes out and smacks you in the face, and you will also take some.
No.
You take 5 strength and 5 constitution get sucked. You feel as the tendrils make contact, you feel the very life essence get sucked out of you. It's kind of like getting punched in the stomach, but 10 times worse.
Love that from
That's
you.
not good.
I love that you just wasted
And
that
since
roll.
I forgot to do this last time, you all need to roll me sanity checks.
Oh,
No.
I got sort of caught up in the all fun draining you of life, so you definitely get to take sanity loss when shadows comes out. Maka, you seem to compartmentalize it, and you pass.
Can I spend some luck to make that a?
Not on sanity.
Okay.
That's the thing you cannot do. That's the bitch here.
Yeah, sanity,
so-
luck, and combat.
It's fine. We need sanity
it's
anyway.
1d6, and you get everyone who fails get 5 sanity loss. That is amazing. Maka, you have met this before. You know of the shadows that try to grab you in the middle of the night and pull you away. Having seen this, you can somehow get through it. You remember the time with Teddy where you stood and where you conquered and where you managed to get away. The details are a bit lost on you, but that's enough for you to not take the sanity loss. The rest of you, since you have taken 5 sanity loss, you roll me intelligence checks, all of you. This you want to fail, otherwise you will realize exactly how bad your situation is.
Fuck yeah! Extreme success!
Extreme success! You're safe. You realize it. Freddy, you are too busy having your life sucked out of you. You get just slapped in the face with something of shadow, and you're like what is going on? So this is horrible, but you're quite not really. You must have run into something you don't know, but your brain sort of tries to protect itself, takes it away for you. While this is going to be so much more fun.
Iquin, I will also let you know that I am below half of my sanity.
Yeah, the thing is, if you lose 1/5 sanity in the game from your starting sanity, then you lose 1/5 of that, then you get the indefinite insanity.
Gotcha.
So keep track of that. It's in the cheat sheet, last point of sanity. 1/5. If you lose 1/5 of sanity during this adventure, you will get an indefinite insanity. Right now, you get temporary insanities. And I will just not roll for it because I want to use the ones that I think fits. And for you two, you are deathly afraid of shadows. You cannot step inside them. You cannot be inside them. You need the light. The light is the savior for you. So you have whatever shadow mania is, that mania I give to you two. But also, since you start off with insanity, I get to do a bout of madness, and I get to roll 1d10 to see how long it goes. It goes for 2 combat rounds, so this will be quick. Both of you need to get out of the shadows, and what you see is that there is some light in the middle, like there's one of those from the window, one of those kind of, you know, streaks of light that comes in that makes one of those nice, like almost a hallway. Both of you run towards that streak of light, which just so happened to be in the middle of those curly, evil, smiling people. So you sort of don't know what happens. The shadow comes out, it smacks Frederick. You just feel your legs sprint for that light that is in the middle. You sort of gets there, and you're like, okay, oh fuck, as you're surrounded by 4 evil, smiling faces.
You can't come into the light, right? Isn't that a thing?
I don't know.
They will go to stab you, and 2 of them will stab. They will stab you, two of each, and
all 3 of us are together though, right? Danny, Becca, and Macca.
No.
Because Macca was helping Danny.
Frederick is like halfway there. Macca is still at the door. You two sort of, you know, the bout of madness is that I get to do shit with your characters.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
the shit I did was that you ran away from everyone to that light beacon, and without even looking up or realizing that you were running into that circle, like the 4 people standing there, smiling, wielding knives, because this is Call of Cthulhu and it's unforgiving. And where did I go with that?
Oh, sorry. So I misheard. So my intelligence roll, I wanted to fail, not succeed. Oh, okay.
Yes, you want to fail. The intelligence sort of like your brain understands exactly what this is and how horrible and fucked you are.
Okay.
If you fail, your brain
We're
sort of
fucked!
takes it out. So hard success against UG.
Oh no.
Nothing against Mike. So I would
don't
say
know.
that.
Can I dodge or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I will just switch you two because you both have 65 in dex. So you can choose. You can fight back. You don't have your gun anymore.
But I have Danny's pint glass.
I will allow that to use as an improvised weapon. It's your fighting brawl skill. You use
can
for
I
that.
Deflect it?
If you want to fight back, you need to have a better success than a hard success on your fighting brawl.
Well,
if you dodge, you only have to meet that. So you need to meet a hard success on a dodge. You need to win on a fight back. But if you fight back, you get to do damage to them.
Okay, so I don't know. I'm not confident with my ability to roll a hard success here with my brawl. Can I dodge instead?
Yeah, you just gotta roll that. I think you're muted.
Yeah, if you roll a dodge, then you will try to dodge. If you meet a hard success on a dodge, no damage gets dealt, and you get away. Dodge is sort of like you don't run away because that's running away. And like I said earlier, since you're surrounded, I will have a dex check. It's not completely by the rules, but it makes sense to me because you are surrounded by people right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna dodge.
Then you dodge.
Yes.
A success does not beat a hard success, however,
at least
so you
it's
still
green.
take the damage.
Okay.
And what did I say was a medium knife? It's 1d4 plus 2. You also take 5 points of damage. What is your health score? I think you
10?
will also... Is it 10?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to say, you also take a major wound.
Ouch.
You get stabbed right in the gut, slightly above the belly button, and they punch in that knife before you can even react. You try to dodge it, but they are faster, and they stab you in while the other, you dodge the other knife, and as you do, you feel that burning sensation. You feel that wetness coming out from the middle of your stomach, and then the adrenaline kicks in. Dapper, you... Let's see, wait. Where did I go with Sorry, that was unintentional. Didn't mean to click that. Sorry. There we go. You need to find my shit. No, right, I switched you. So Becca, you dodge, that was their turn. Now it's your turn. Now you can either fight them, you can run away, which is always a possibility. You can use a combat maneuver like grapple them or something. You can also like use an item or something like that. So those are like the 4 main categories of what you can do. You can cast spells, but you don't actually have any spells. So
My turn?
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Your
I
turn.
thought he was talking to you.
No,
You're
that
Becca.
your dodge was in reaction to their attack.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
When you get attacked, you get to dodge as a reaction in this game. So now
I'll-
it's your turn. So
I'll
now you have the
try-
initiative.
Yes, okay. I think she's gonna try. She's still got this pint glass in her hand. She's just gonna try and sock him with it. Since whoever's stabbed her is like standing right in front of her, she's just gonna try clocking them across the head with it. So is that brawl?
Then you fighting brawl is that because it's an improvised weapon.
Come on, let's go. Suck
Boy.
it. Suck
They
it.
are going to try to fight back.
No!
Ghosts have an immunity to glass, apparently, or a vulnerability to glass. I
No,
guess.
but
Yes.
they
It's a
are,
normal attack, just saying.
that's a success. You win because you have a better success. So you get to do the damage. I would say a glass is like a small knife. So you do 1d4 plus your damage bonus if you have any. It's on your character sheet if you do.
Where would it say that? Damage?
On the combat,
Damage, bonus -1.
so you do 1d4 minus 1.
1.
Love that for you.
You
That's
swing that
perfect.
glass, you break it against this person's face, and they get like a scratch going down their chin, and blood starts to come out. It's ordinary red blood. And with that, your turn ends, and it's Dapper's turn. They are still very much into fighting you because they don't
So-
have as much to lose as you do.
So I'm gonna say, like narratively, since I was running with Becca and had like an
Yep.
arm over her, her dodging, punching, whatever the reason that the Smilers didn't fucking hit me is because she dropped me. So I'm just gonna like see her smash the glass and like shrapnel of glass just rains down on me, and I'm just crawling away from this fight while she is occupied. I've already been stabbed. I'm not here for this shit. I'm moving towards.
You run away, I take it. The run away
Yeah,
action.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Completely fine. You take the opportunity while the Smileys, as you call them, are fighting Becca to crawl out of their thing. Roll me a dexterity because you're both prone and surrounded.
We're both pro.
Both of us?
No, just
Just me?
Dapper.
Okay.
He's the one trying. Like I said, I will add this because you are surrounded and since you're specifically on the floor.
Yeah.
So Dex check. Yeah, you're fine, man.
Nice.
You use that to escape.
Perfect.
The Becca.
Yeah,
the
I
Becca
think.
extraction tactics.
Yeah, I crawl like right next to Becca's legs, and I'm like, "Oi, Doc, what? Can we get out of here now, Freddy?" He's just moving towards like a bench so he can stand himself up.
It's either Maka or Frederick now. You both have 16 dexterity, so you can choose. Maka, you are slightly outside the bathroom, furthest away from everyone. So it's you, and in between you and this fight is Frederick. Frederick just got slapped in the face with the same black tendrils that you had a moment ago.
Macca would just say to Freddy, Rico, make notes of your reaction to that attack. I'll go help the broad. And Macca will run over to where Becca is trying to glass someone.
She's got a.
Sorry, but
we lose G?
I think G froze.
No, yeah, G first. Sorry, Maka, could you take one again? What were you trying to do? Sorry,
He's going to run over to try to help Becca.
Okay, so like you can run there easily. Like there's only 30
Yep.
feet away. So and movement in this game is kind of like iffy, but I will allow it. You're not that far away from each other.
Yeah, and yeah, he'll just try to grab a hold of her and pull her away from the smiling stabby people.
Right. I will have you, since you're trying to grab Becca, so you're trying to move two people away. So you need to make a dexterity with a hard success to get both away without. You can spend. You can. You can reroll, you can push, and you can spend luck even for this for getting a better success. It is allowed in this game. If you do and fail on the second roll, you will have dire consequences. If you use your luck, you will have to get it down to 30 to succeed on this, since it's a hard success required to get both of you out of there.
I'm gonna push it.
Then roll me again and hope for better. It was not better. I will allow an extra attack from two of them against you two because you're trying to pull her out, and I like being sadistic about it. Skills. Why do I always go away from that? That's one succeeds and a critical success. I would say since you are the one acting, you get the success, and Becca, sadly, since she's the one both stabbed and grasped by you, she is the one having the critical success. This unfortunately means they get to do max damage against her, and she might die now. So we start with you. You take 6 points of damage, Makan. Ordinary each point damage this time. Do you go below your half? Yes, you do. You have a major wound as they slice you and you get a bad slice across your chest. It's deep and it's gory, and you can feel that heat as it rips you open, and you can see like your shirt turning red and start to go down. And then the adrenaline kicks in. So then it's 1d4, so it's 4 plus 2, so it's actually maximum 6 points of damage to G as well when she comes back. G might die now because she goes to 0.
Well, we can find out when she gets back.
We can find out when she gets back. She has a major wound and she drops to 0, which is bad. It's really, really bad.
I don't think there's death saving throws in Call of Cthulhu. I think 0 is
yes,
you die.
There is.
Oh, is there?
There is. Yes, there is. If you go down to 0 and not having a major wound, you are fine. If you go down to 0 with a major wound, you get unconscious. Then you have to roll a Constitution. If you save on the Constitution, you live and get to roll a Constitution every turn after that until you fail. Then you die. If somebody applies first aid to G, she stops rolling for the death and starts rolling Constitution to make sure that she doesn't start dying again.
Gotcha.
So it's much rougher than any other system. So this is kind of important because she needs to roll. I could do it for her, but I don't know if she wants to try to fend for herself.
We can have her roll.
We can come back to that.
Yeah.
We can roll when she gets back. We will make that a floor hanger as G slumps down onto the floor because she is unconscious no matter what happens. We move on as soon as I find out whose turn it is.
Freddy's turn.
It is Frederick's turn. Yes. Go, Frederick. What do you want to do?
Oh, yeah, Quinn. So in Freddy's bag, he's going to have a Sharpie of some description because he went to go to get an autograph from Macca, and you don't go to something like that without a pen.
Of course not.
And he knows a ritual to send evil spirits to hell.
He does.
He's going to get away from the goo on the floor so that it doesn't eat him. And he's going to start drawing out the symbols that he needs for this ritual, not next to where Becca has fallen down. And he's going to try and get ready for that. That's all he's going to be doing.
You're going to start drawing the symbol around Becca, I take it, because she's unconscious on the floor. She ain't moving unless you move her.
Oh, he's doing it away from her because he doesn't want to get
her?
stabbed. Yeah, so he's going to do it like a few feet away in the hopes that he's not going to get attacked and he can move these creatures into that space when the time is right.
Right. Sure thing. And that makes it the nice little shadow's turn. The shadow is gonna try to move with you, and it's going to try to. Oh, look, G is back.
Sorry.
Hi, G.
It's
I
fine.
lost my internet. Sorry.
Nope. It doesn't have any good target. You move away, and it sort of tendrils out where you were, Freddy. But as you moved away, the new sets of tendrils that it shoots out misses you, and you sort of duck a bit, and they go past you, and then get sucked back into the shadow. And you can see that it starts to move closer to you now. Becca, you were Maka tried to move you out of the way. Sadly enough, he did not succeed on the dexterity check that was needed. He failed, and he pushed it and failed. The dire consequences was that 2 of the smiling people got extra attacks on you. 1 got a critical success, which means full damage. That brings you to 0 hit points with a major wound. You need to roll a constitution check. If you fail, your character is now dead.
Oh, fuck me. Okay. Oh no. No.
I am sorry. I don't remember if the rules specify if you can push or use luck for this one, but I'll allow it if you really want to try that. I don't think you can because this is a deadly game.
I have no idea. If you'll allow me to push, I will.
Sure. It gets more dramatic. Let's let you push. Get that little glimmer of hope.
Okay, so how do I push? I just re-roll?
You just roll it again.
Okay, so
You
Constitution.
Same thing. Constitution, regular.
Let's go. Wow. Okay, I meant to be dead. I meant to be fucking dead.
Freddy, as you start to prepare for the ritual, you split second, so the time stops. You hear the last breath coming out of Becca as her body just slumps down, now dead, not breathing, bleeding out, because it doesn't just stop bleeding, but she bleeds out a little last bit of the blood pressure, lying still, and then you once again hear your little buddy voice coming to you. Oh.
Want help? Pay price.
Yeah, you guys would just hear like that, that shriek, and then it would just be like it would just be cut off, and then nothing.
Gee, stick around because I have more plans for you.
So he offered help.
That's terrifying.
The voice offered help against a price. However, we're going to move on to the stabby people. You cannot leave the light, Dapper, because you need to be in this saving light pillar or corridor or whatever you want to call it on the floor. And the stabby people are going to go after you. And they're going to take each one swipe against you. That's a success. 1 success. You get to try to dodge or fight back. That's for you, Dapper. Mike?
I get stabbed.
Okay, you want to choose to get stabbed?
No, I dodged. I failed.
Oh, oh, sorry. Oh, now I see it. Yeah, you get stabbed. Man, it goes so much worse for you guys this time around. You take another 5 points of damage from that knife stabbing you in the back as you try to crawl away.
Still here. I'm still kicking.
Oh, nice.
That is... You feel that's cut something, and you feel that your sort of right side moves differently. It's severed some kind of muscle or some ligament or something in your back. You got stabbed just left of your right shoulder blade.
Love that. So I'm now just like one-handedly crawling.
Yep, like your left hand is
Oh,
what
man.
works to crawl. Leaving those people, it's Becca's turn. She is dead. It's Dapper's turn. Actually, let me just intervene there. I will let you have your turn because this is actually a good moment for that. Becca, you find yourself standing in shock, looking at your own face, your body, the blood sipping out from it. Everything around you is in grayscale. All color is gone. The people, the smiling people to you, look like they sort of extrude darkness, like a dark light, if you want. It's sort of, they have an aura of darkness around them. Every reflective surface around you see shines bright. None of you others see her. Becca is dead for all you know.
Do I see them?
You see them, but in black and white. You see the people wielding knives are like dark aura'd, and like the glass is the less reflective the surface is, the more normal it is. But for example, the water, the highly reflective glass, the mirrors, they shine like beacons to you. I can say that you get to do one of two actions. These are outside the normal rules, but I thought this would be funny and I wanted to use this last time, so I'm gonna use it now. You can either try to say one sentence, or you can try to interface with the real material world for one action. If you succeed on a normal success power roll, you can will yourself to interact, but you need to go for a power roll. You have to choose one of them. You can't do both.
I will interact with the real world.
So what is that you want to do?
So what do I see? Everyone doing?
You see the smiling people have moved up to sort of keep going, not surrounded, but they are like in a half circle behind Dapper, who lies on the floor, one-handed crawling away, one knife sort of stabbed in his back. You can see the black for you puddle of blood starting to form on his back. You see Maka close to your body, so that he had pulled you away, but as your body went limp, it went down to the floor. You see Freddy drawing something on the floor, sort of a bit behind next to Maka.
Mm-hmm.
And you see like the normal interior, and then the normal people are like shadow figures to you. They are just black and white, uninteresting, walking by. Like some of them you walk right through you.
Okay, I'm gonna try because those motherfuckers fucking stabbed me. Now she's pissed.
Sure.
She's a pissed off ghost. She's gonna go and try and like shove. I don't think she can affect all three, but she's gonna try and shove them away from Danny as he's crawling away.
You can shove one.
Okay. Whoever is closest. Well, they're all kind of surrounding him.
First, you need to succeed on a power roll to be able to will yourself to interact with the physical world again.
Okay, my power. So I have to roll under that. That's not too bad. Come on. Okay. Let's go.
When you're a ghost, will is everything.
Yes.
You succeed. You get one action. So roll me a fighting brawl to push them away.
Come on.
You succeed. You push one of them away. Let's say the one that stabbed Dapper, who was closest. You see that the person takes a few steps back. Everyone else, you see that one of the smiley faces just suddenly takes 4 or 5 steps back, just randomly, like he was shoved by some kind of invisible force backwards.
He can't be like
Danny.
thrown across the room, because that would be cool.
You're a newly born ghost, so to speak. You don't get that much power.
It's fair.
I've been generous enough. I let you interface with the physical world.
Okay, I'm not arguing. I'm just trying to push
Dapper,
my luck a little bit.
Now we go to you, as the ghosts are done.
So all 4 of them moved away towards me?
Yes, but one got suddenly shoved, like the one, you feel the knife get pulled out like violently from your back as that one just takes a lot of step backs. You have no idea why. You can sort of see it from, like the corner of your eye, but there's still 3 other people, and it's that super terrifying darkness on both sides of you, but forward is the light.
Also, my fear of shadows was only 2 rounds, and so this would be the third, so I don't have to deal
So
with
yeah,
that
you
bullshit.
you can force yourself out of the shadows now.
Okay, so we're in the mall. There's a fountain in the middle of it. The doors are on the other side. Would I know, is this security glass all around the mall?
Yeah, it's like not completely, but the entrance wall is like, it's big and bright to let
Yeah.
light in, to let people see, and then there's like normal wall on the 3 other walls back on the back face of the mall. But there's a lot of stores and other stuff in front of that, so you have like this kind of like bit oval shaped of a front wall. All
Okay.
of that is glass. All of it should be much brighter, but like I said, it's like right now you're in this weird twilight kind of situation where it looks like a very dim solar eclipse that makes the shadow all so much deeper.
Okay. The glass that Becca shot, where is that?
That is slightly ahead of you, sort of a bit to the right. It's about 35 feet in front of you, and then about 10 feet to your right.
Okay, does that lead out? Is the other side of that outside the mall?
Next to them are doors that would lead outside of the mall.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think he's gonna get to his feet, and he's just moving. He's moving his full 7-yard, I think, movement speed away from weird stabby ghost people towards the door. I don't think he says anything either. I think he just like lifts himself up and like looks back and is like, nope, and just keeps going towards the door.
Roll me a spot hidden as you come close to the door.
Alrighty.
You really want to succeed on this one?
I'm sure I do.
Well, you really want to succeed?
I'll spend 4 luck.
Good. You needed that. You get a glimpse of your reflection, and the reflection in the glass doesn't act as you act. It acts on its own, and you see how it smashes against the glass, and it sort of moves you to be like, and you see the hand moves toward the glass and sort of points at its hand, smacking at the glass.
Okay.
That's what you get.
Okay. So I know this isn't D&D, but so you can move and you can do an action, right? It's one action, I think.
Yeah. You can like, movement is kind of incorporated in doing an action. So moving away is like fleeing from the group is kind of an action. But
okay, cool.
I will let you have it. I've been really, really mean, and you had really bad luck this one, so I will let you have a bonus action in D&D speak.
So my thought is like this is all mostly safety glass, so he's not gonna be able to punch a hole through his glass, especially after being stabbed multiple times. So he just like reaches around to the bloody small of his back and pulls out his pistol and shoots the glass.
You do. It's glass. It's easy to hit. Once you do, the daylight comes back. It floods in. You can see everything as normal. The light is bright. The shadows are normal. The evil smiling people behind you are gone. However, everyone in the mall looks at you horrified. You have a wide berth around you. So does your companions. Everyone seems to like talk and be making their way to go around you to make clear. You can see your companions, the 2 that aren't dead. Becca lies on the floor looking dead for some reason. There's no blood. She's just dead. You see the other 2 screaming and raving about like lunatics. They scream gibberish. You have no idea what they're saying. And people around them are terrified. And you can look into people's eyes, and they are as terrified of you as they are of them. That will leave your turn. Maka, you are still in the Twilight Land.
Yeah, so Maka will probably, because they all turned on Danny, right?
They all turned on Danny. And then the last thing you saw was Danny shooting the glass. And now it's your turn.
So Maka will try to just grab Becca and book it back to Freddy.
Sure, that is easily enough done. You are not under duress, and he is like 5-6 feet behind you. So you drag Becca's body back there. Do you want to do something else? Because I let Mike have a bonus action. You can have a bonus action.
He probably thinks that first aid won't do anything, but he'll try to do something to stabilize Becca.
You can do that. You don't need to roll because, sorry to say, mechanically she is gone. She failed the roll, and that is it. This is a non-forgiving game. Frederick,
unless there's a defibrillator around, something like that, you might go for that.
Not exactly where you are. There might still be one in the bathroom. You did not check for one last time, but there might be one in there. In the meantime, Frederick, you've been painting that. You are aware that Becca is most certainly dead.
So Freddy was offered a deal.
Yes, he was.
Help for something in return. He doesn't know what that is. Macca would hear him shout out, "I accept the deal." And he just keeps drawing on the floor. Save her, take Danny.
No. 5 years. Help. Break the reflections.
He
And the
looks
voice
around.
goes again.
What
You
does he
see that there are a lot of reflections, and now your eyes get caught in it. Every time you look into a reflection, you see yourself banging on the other side, pointing at the hand, banging, pointing, banging in every mirror, in every glass display.
He runs up to the nearest one and just punches it as hard as he can.
You take 1 point of damage because you punched it with your hand and it's glass. So, and that doesn't bring you to 0, I hope, because that would be really fucking funny.
No.
No. So you punch it, you take 1 point of damage because you slice your hand on the mirror glass. And as soon as you do, the light comes back. You see the world again. People around you looking horrified at you. You have at least 30 feet of wide berth around you, around Danny's, who stands and looks back at you at the other place. You hear Maka screaming like a raging lunatic behind you, and people are, you can hear people from the crowd like, "Yeah, I'm on the phone with the police right now. No, just stay away, stay away." And that will end your turn. I will go for this one. Maka, you are going to get attacked by the shadow who has now crept up to you. Oh, and actually succeeds. You can either dodge, you can fight back. That is actually allowed. You can do that. They have to sort of solidify in this dimension to attack you.
Yeah, he's got that knife he took out in the bathroom. He'll try to fight back.
Sure. Then roll me a brawl, fighting brawl skill with a knife. You need to get better than a success. You do not, so you still take the damage. What is it? 2d6. And you take 2 strength and 6 constitution. And that is that turn. I would say that since all the people were ganging up on Dapper, they will spend their turn slowly moving around, looking straight at you, Maka, and they made their way over. They will take their whole turn to get over there, but as they end their turn, they are within melee range. They are wielding knives. They are 3 of them close. One is like 2 steps behind the pushed one, and they all smile that lovely menacing smile. Becca, you're a ghost. You see that Frederick and Danny, they light up. They have not a shiny aura, but they do just slightly less shadowy and gray than everyone else. You know, if you like just max down the saturation where you have no saturation, like, you know, just bleak, that's how they look. But they have this tiniest amount of color in them, while everyone else is just gray. You are still muted, I think, because I can't hear you if you're talking.
Sorry.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't know what she doesn't know what that means. And how close are they? How close are they to each other?
Frederick is right by Maka, where he was doing the circle. Frederick, Danny was over at the door. So Danny is like 40, maybe 50 feet away from them because he made it for the doors, while the other was more in the center, sort of next to the fountain, next to some booth.
And where
Frederick being started to draw something on the floor. You can hear Frederick scream out, "I take the deal." You can hear what they say.
Hmm. And where
And
are
all
the
shiny. You can also see like when the shiny surfaces, the glass and the mirror that got smashed, they sort of light up like a flashbang. Sort of got really bright, and then you see the persons there in color. That's what sort of gave them this bleak coloring, and the reflection is like the mirror goes dark and the window goes dark, but all other reflective surfaces that aren't broken shines up to you. They are like shiny torches or like flashlights or whatever you want to call them.
is there any reflective surface that I can pick up?
You can certainly try. There's like a small hand mirror on the side of
Yeah.
just one of the counters, like your makeup mirror.
Yeah, like I want to pick it up and I want to see, can I use it as a weapon against these stabby boys?
You can certainly try a power roll, successful on a normal power roll, to be able to interact with the physical world.
Okay. Here we go. Yes.
You do. You manage to grab it and you get a hold of it.
Just
And
like,
then a fighting brawl to smash it against any of the smiley people. There's one that has like a bleeding thing on its.
yeah, I'm gonna go on the one that's already injured. If I pointed at it, does the light move like a flashlight style?
For you, yes.
Okay,
It
so
sort of shines out, and it shines out like it shines out like it was actually casting light out.
yeah. So if I pointed at the stabby boy, do they react?
No, they don't seem to notice it at all.
Okay.
Nor you.
Okay.
But you can try to smash them, like physically smash them with a mirror if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Come on. Nope. Fuck.
You people see both Danny, if he wants to believe it, Frederick and Maka. You see a mirror just fly across the room, hitting some other booths, breaking and falling down.
I can't push that, can I?
No, this is combat.
Right.
The power is one thing, the brawl is another. So
Okay.
the power ones I will allow you to push, to like will yourself to interact with the physical world. Combat ones, no. Dapper, you are free. You can see that one person now, when it's taken another round, one person is standing clutching, and you can like see the like red smush on the side of a person bleeding on their cheek, and there are like three other people standing around them trying to consort them and be like, "Oh, it's okay, we'll get medics here, it doesn't look that deep."
Does it look like okay, so what does it look like has happened?
It looks like you have woken up from a nightmare and people around you are terrified of you. You can see that Frederick seems to be silent, if nothing else. Maka seems to be raging about, some gibberish, screaming like at people and sort of moving around really aggressively. And Becca just lies on the floor and she looks real dead. Note though, there's no stabs, there's no blood. She just looks dead.
Okay.
Dude, I'm dead.
Did the other three people that died, like the old man, the buff dude, and the girl, are they also dead?
No, there's no trace of them.
Okay, perfect. Cool, I love that. Okay, cool. This person that you said had blood on their side of their face, what does it look like it's from? Do I see anything?
It looks like it's a cut from something sharp.
Okay.
They don't. It's like they're standing, grabbing it. Some other people are standing, holding them. You would guess that one of the people, like Maka, who is raging about with a knife in his hand, might be the culprit for this.
Okay, cool. All right, so I do see him looking like a
he's
psycho.
raging about aggressively. Like it's not like he's attacking someone. It's more like if you get too close, you probably will get caught just because of his like.
Yeah, he's speaking Swedish. I get it.
Yeah, of course he is.
Um,
Not Swedish, though.
Yeah, I guess. Oh man, I like what you said in chat, but I think Danny's first instinct is like, okay, so he's pretty bloody, right? Like he's actually bloody. Danny is.
Danny, yeah, you're actually not bloody at all. You can feel the pain, but there's no blood.
Got it. Okay, interesting. Super interesting. Yeah, I think I would like to just fire into the air. And I'm going to like scream at everybody to get out of here and use my persuasion skill.
It's gonna do an office pop.
Yeah, do a desk pop.
Yeah, persuading them to. I mean, sure.
to get out, to like all the civilian people, like to get out of the mall.
Yeah, that's firing a gun in a mall and screaming at everyone to get out is persuasive. Yeah,
Success.
People are running away from you. They are starting to make their way. The one that was on the phone is like, no, he's firing. I need to get out of here. Just get over here, and it just lets the phone go, and you can hear like over the for some reason you hear this going through like. Yes, we have dispatch on their way. They will be there momentarily. And people are starting to make their way far away to the other side. They go either deeper inside, the emergency exits are in the back as well, and they make it out on the other side of the wall, just trying to get away, leaving Frederick, Maka, and Becca, and you in there. It will take them about 5 rounds to clear out everyone because like it's a full mall. And there's people like everywhere trying to get away now.
Yep. Yeah, that's his. And then I'm looking for like where is the mall, like the part of the mall that connects to like the parking garage. That's what I'm looking for.
That would be in the back as well. You can't see it from here, but it would be in the back.
Gotcha.
I would go to Mr. Maka. You notice none of this. For you, nothing's changed. You have the smiling people looking at you. You have the mall people just walking around like they've done the whole time. You know that somewhere amongst this shadow, there's that black gooey pile that sort of tries to tentacle you to death. Because it's Call of Cthulhu.
I think Maka will decide that he's got a better chance with the shadow thing than the 3 people with knives, and pull Becca back into the bathroom and shut the door.
I will give this to you for free because reasons. You pull Becca into the bathroom. All the mirrors in the bathroom, you see yourself banging on the glass, pointing out the fist, banging, pointing, really looking exasperated, really looking pleading at you, banging and pointing at their fist.
He'll just, grab his knife and just smash the handle of it into the mirror.
You at once see the color coming back, the shadows withdrawing. You feel like you've woken up from a nightmare. Becca is lying in front of you. All the blood is gone. Her clothes are clean. There's no wounds, no tears, but she's very much dead. You see that there's no blood on you, but you feel the pain from where you took that damage. And you hear people screaming from outside and running. And I think we should leave it there for tonight. We leave with a mall. You can hear the sirens wailing in the distance. You have lost a companion, and you now have a mall of people rushing to get away from you. Thank you, my friends, for enduring in my very nice Call of Cthulhu game. And Becca, as the knife gets into the mirror, you feel everything turns light and bright. And for the ones who are outside, you see a light emanating from where Becca was standing, like where her spirit was standing. Just suddenly a light emanates out. And for Frederick and Danny, who's still in the room, Becca, you get one last sentence before you ascend.
Oh no, don't put this on me.
I can be cruel in all manners of ways.
She's just I'm gonna haunt your ass.
You hear, I'm gonna haunt your ass, as the light sort of goes up into that pillar, coming down, and sort of just goes out. Frederick, please add 5 years to your character sheet. You have aged 5 years in a single moment.
Oh,
What?
You took the deal. 5 years.
I didn't even get anything for
Mike.
the deal.
I will leave it to you now as the actual head of this channel.
Oh, I thought you were gonna give me some trauma. I was like, all right, cool. What do you got?
the trauma's giving it back to you.
Yeah, the trauma's making me go on. Okay, all right, cool. Man, that Freddy guy, he's gonna be pissed when he sees Danny still alive and kicking it. All right,
Trade him.
cool. Well, congratulations. 75% of you for surviving.
It's not fair. I wasn't here.
Everyone else get wrecked. That was so bad that you died as your internet died. It was
Yeah.
serendipitous. All right, cool. Well, that was our first of 2 one-shots today. We're coming back in a little bit for another one, so stick around. But let's go around, do our outros so we can get out of here and do our after show. And if you guys want access to the after show, join us over on Patreon at the $5 tier. Link for that down below. And if you are watching this over on YouTube, check us out here on twitch.tv/unMadeGaming Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. But for now, we'll start with our wonderful keeper of lore. Iquin, who are you? Where can we find you? And what are you up to?
Thank you. I don't always speak Swedish, but I am Iquin. I use that name here because my real name is just mispronounced all the time. So you find me under Iquin. In the Discord, Mike's Discord is the best place to find me. I'm always there. And I'm going to spill some secrets in the after show. So you really want to be that patron level to get all the sweet behind the scenes.
Okay, okay, I dig that. Let's go to Chris. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
Hi, I'm Chris, aka Necro. You can find me in the Discord. The only other place is on the unMadeGaming one-shots and Patreon games, for which there is still 1 slot at the Capo tier if you aren't there already. Patrons are down below.
Which is this tier right here.
Yes.
This tier for these games every month.
Every month. We'll go over to Norm. Who are you? Where can we find you? And what are you up to?
I'm Normal Snow. You can find me just hanging out in the Discord generally, and nowhere else.
Perfect. And last but not least, G, who are you? Where can we find you? And what are you up to?
I'm G. Find me on Twitter with LightningSpaz09. The Patreon one-shots here. Patreon campaign on the 3rd Saturday of every month. And in the Discord and modding on the regular stream days.
All right. And that's it. That's everybody. We're done. We've survived-ish. We-ish have survived. Sorry if you haven't. But hopefully your next character does better. Is more useful. Stick around. We'll be back in a little bit for some Tales from the Loop. But for now, we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.